Tim joining us right now. We're going to be talking about some things you can do to be prepared in the event of a car wreck. And that sounds a little funny to say, Tim. No one expects to get in a car wreck, so how can people prepare for it?
Yeah, right. So an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, right? Like you've heard that. That has application all over the legal world. Most lawsuits, in fact, happen because there wasn't some prevention. Car wrecks are no different.
Okay. Yeah.
So how can people actually prevent it? What can they do?
Yeah. So if you've driven on 49 in the pouring rain at 8 o'clock in the morning, you've probably asked yourself, how can I prepare for the car wreck that's about to happen?
For sure.
Unfortunately, you really need to do it before you get in the car.
Right.
Okay.
So in Arkansas, it's the law that you have auto insurance. Everybody has to have it. But just because everybody has to have it doesn't mean everybody does.
Right.
Actually, about 1 in 5 people on the road don't have auto insurance.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
So the basic setup for these kinds of claims and these kinds of lawsuits is that the person that causes the injury is responsible for compensating you for the consequences of the injury. In insurance situations, it's easier to resolve those without actually getting into a lawsuit. I wouldn't say it's a lot easier, need a lot of urging from attorneys sometimes. But if somebody doesn't have insurance, you can get really hurt. You can, have your car totaled and lose work, and there isn't any compensation on the other side to help.
1 out of 5 seems like a really big number. I was not expecting you to say that.
Yeah, I know, it is a really big number.
Yeah.
And so in addition to people who don't have insurance, there's also people who just have the state minimum. State minimum is $25,000.
Okay.
And so you get in a horrible car wreck and you're really badly injured and you're out of work for several months and you've got all these medical bills and the only thing on the other side is $25,000. That can really be a bad deal.
Yeah.
So what you can do to be prepared in the event of a car wreck is to have really good insurance of your own. Most people don't know that there's a couple of types of coverage that you can get on your own insurance policy that protect you in those situations. Underinsured motorist is if somebody does not have enough on their policy to cover you in the event of a bad accident. Uninsured motorist is what it sounds like. They don't have any insurance. There will be insurance on your policy to protect you in that event.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. And now insurance is required by law in Arkansas.
So insurance is required. You are required to have at least $25,000 of liability coverage.
Okay.
But you are not required to have uninsured or underinsured.
Gotcha.
Insurance companies have to offer it to you, but you can decline. And
Okay.
a lot of people that are talking to their insurance agent and are trying to figure out how much this premium is going to cost see things like underinsured and uninsured. They don't know what they are really, and so they decide they don't really need that. And that's where I'm saying an ounce of prevention can be a pound of cure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talking about that, is there a maximum limit for like insurance that you can have?
So no, I guess it depends on the insurance company, but no, generally there's not a maximum limit on the uninsured and underinsured. It's usually linked to whatever your policy limit is. And of course, I mean, the higher you go on having uninsured and underinsured, the more expensive the premiums are going to be.
Yeah.
But it's actually not that much more expensive.
Well, this is always enlightening to have you on, and I'm always like, if I'm ever in a situation, I need to reach out to a professional like yourself,
sure.
Tim. So how can we do that? What's the easiest way for folks to do that?
Call me. You can find me really easily on our website, mgwfirm.com. That's our number there on the screen. Obviously, if you're injured in any kind of way, car wreck or otherwise, give me a call. I'm happy to talk about what we can do.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us.
Thank
as
you.
always, Tim.
Yeah.
Always enlightening
Yeah,
to
thanks
have you
for
in the
having
studio.
me.
Of
Absolutely.
course.
Yeah.